Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Hello, Into Tomorrow tech fans. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our ITTV Update. I'm Dave Graveline. We're back in Miami after our reports from Barcelona and Mobile World Congress. We hope you heard all the interviews on our 3-hour Into Tomorrow radio show and that you saw all of our highlights from the show floor in Spain. If you're on YouTube right now, click on this annotation to watch the video and see some of the cool products. Non-YouTube watchers, have no fear. It's all at intotomorrow.com. We also have pictures and the audio from the radio show right there for you, very easy, including an interview by Rob with Foursquare CEO Dennis Crowley. This ITTV update is brought to you in part by NewEggBusiness.com. NewEggBusiness.com is making IT simple with their everyday low prices. Get up to $300 off instantly on select HP ProLiant servers, only for a limited time and only at NewEggBusiness.com. At CES, we saw the introduction of many new tablets like the Motorola Zoom and others, and at Mobile World Congress, we actually played with many of them. Our mobile correspondent Rob Almanza joins us next with some of our favorite tablets.
Hey Dave, honestly, it got a bit overwhelming because almost everywhere we turn, there was another tablet. We're going to show you some of our favorites. Up first, the Blackberry Playbook. I was quite surprised by this 7-inch tablet. It's got a multi-touch capacitive LCD screen. The Blackberry tablet OS is pretty sexy and works well. It multitasks pretty well too. I was switching between apps quickly, and thanks to its 1 GHz dual-core processor and 1 GB of RAM, there were no issues. Camera-wise, as we've come to expect, the rear camera is 5 megapixels, but the front-facing camera surprised us with 3 megapixels versus the standard 1.3 or 2 megapixels. So pictures, videos, and games look great. Most importantly, it supports full Adobe Flash, so no problems browsing the internet. Keep in mind, you can tether this with your BlackBerry's 3G connection and Wi-Fi, of course. Design-wise, it almost resembles a digital picture frame, a more intelligent picture frame. The size is perfect, feels great in your hands. As the name implies, it's got a 10.1-inch display. We think this is the Galaxy Tab that should have been released from the get-go. It's super fast with its 1 GHz dual-core processor and a much better looking and working screen. Dave and I had a lot of fun playing with this one. It runs on the latest Android 3.0 Honeycomb platform. It's got an 8 megapixel camera on the back and a 2 megapixel camera on the front. Both cameras are capable of recording HD video. We love the dual surround stereo speakers, great for video playback and enjoying music. The Galaxy Tab 10.1 also supports Flash, so you won't miss anything while surfing the web. Here's where it gets a bit more interesting. The HTC Flyer will try to compete with the other tablets mentioned, even if it ships with the Android Gingerbread platform versus the latest Android 3.0 Honeycomb on the others. HTC says their tablet-based Sense user interface will be the star, especially its stylus functionality, which allows you to jot down notes anywhere on the screen and then share with the world. It also makes screen capturing a piece of cake by swiping on the screen with the stylus. The Flyer will ship in Q2 of this year. We'll see how that plays out. As an honorable mention, LG's Optimus Pad goes the 3D way. This Android Honeycomb tablet sports a dual-core processor inside and a dual camera on the back, giving you both the optical and processing capabilities to produce 3D video. Its screen cannot play back glasses-free 3D, but if you really have to have that third dimension on the move, you'll be able to buy a set of glasses to recreate the effect. Their demo was pretty neat. As you can see, you have a lot of cool tablets to look forward to this year, and there's even more to come. The latest trend is to include a dual-core processor. We wonder how much that will affect battery usage. Stay tuned. If you have any questions, remember to leave a comment below. Meantime, back to Dave.
Thanks, Rob. That Galaxy Tab 10.1 is looking pretty sweet and might take me away from the iPad. It could happen. Stay tuned. Are there any tablets you're looking forward to most? Did you buy a Motorola Zoom, for example? How about the original Samsung Galaxy Tab? Why or why not? We want to hear your opinions. Call us anytime, 24/7 at 1-800-899-INTO. That's 800-899-4686. Or you can participate via our free iPhone or Android apps, or send us a note to askdave@graveline.com. We may share your comments on the air on our national radio program. Oh, and send you prizes for participating. Chris Graveline is here for our weekly trip into yesterday with This Week in Tech History. Buckle your seatbelt and enjoy the ride down Tech Memory Lane.
This week in 1873, E. Remington and Sons of Ilion, New York began manufacturing the first practical typewriter. The strong as steel, heavy black clunkers became instant fixtures in offices across the country. It would be another half-century before electric typewriters made their appearance. In 1877, Emil Berliner, the man behind so many inventions, came up with a little thing called the microphone. In 1885 this week, the American Telephone and Telegraph Company, or AT&T, was incorporated in New York State as a subsidiary of American Bell Telephone. And this week in 1941, FM radio began in the U.S. when station W47NV in Nashville, Tennessee started operations. W47NV was the first commercial FM radio station to receive a license, some 20 years after its AM radio counterpart KDKA in Pittsburgh. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History.
Thanks, Chris. This ITTV update is brought to you in part by Diskkeeper Performance Software with IntelliWrite, the only product available today that actually prevents up to 85% of fragmentation before it happens. Get it at diskkeeper.com. We're headed to the Game Developers Conference next week in San Francisco, as we'll be broadcasting from Intel's exhibit. Stay tuned for our reports from the show floor, the 3-hour radio show, of course, and our video highlights as we bring you the latest in gaming. Thank you all for joining us again. I'm Dave Graveline. We'll see you into tomorrow.